Stop doing print on demand if this right here does not excite you. So in the previous video, I showed how I just launched this new Etsy shop just to prove it's not luck, and you know, you can make sales even if you hop into the game, but you do have to know what you are doing, and I'll try to go over that as well. And in this shop right here, I probably spend about 2-3 hours per week working on this shop. I would honestly say even less than that, but I would have to explain how it works, and I'll do my best to be able to explain it. This is one of the things that we teach in my mastermind group, but also at the same time, the next page is pretty damn dope. So this right here is Profit Tree. This one's pretty cool because it actually tells you your profit. Links with your print on demand store, also links with your Etsy store. It includes the Etsy ad spends in here, and it actually gives you the net sales, which is really good because on Etsy, it doesn't include shipping. You know, shipping is important to actually include in there. 23% profit margin with print on demand is honestly pretty average. But with this being a new shop, we're spending a lot more on Etsy ads than we typically should because we're launching new listings and we want to get those products ranked. So, you know, over time, a lot of the listings that are really solid is going to become even more profitable over time because it's going to cost us less Etsy ads as it ranks closer and closer to the first page. So we don't have to spend as much with ads on that. This is pretty damn dope, man. This is Profit Tree. I've never seen anything like this. I've seen all those Etsy integrations. There's another one I'll show real soon that's going to be super helpful, but I'll post a link to this one down below. This one is Profit Tree. So it shows me the profit, and you know, a lot of people are probably not happy with that profit, but at the same time, when you build out your store and you really know what you're doing and you build it out so that you don't have to do a lot of the work, then you know, it becomes really, really powerful. I would say you want to deduct that $500 because I did have to pay a designer for most of the work. But at the same time, I don't see why we can't 2x this, especially since it's the fourth quarter. And this is a new shop for the sake of YouTube. It's pretty fun. So how can you do that? First and foremost, this is with print on demand. Everything is design based. So there's multiple websites where you can pay other people for designs, Fiverr, Upwork, online jobs. There's lots of designers that you can already pay. But the thing is, if you're just starting off, it's kind of hard to tell designers what kind of designs to do, even if you don't know how to do it yourself. And especially if you don't have that eye for design. So that does become really tough for me to teach, but this is one of those things you have to practice, you have to get better at so that you know exactly what you're doing. So for example, it would be really difficult for me to explain. You see, if you can't see right off the bat the difference between these two designs and why this one looks better than this one, then you're probably going to be wasting money hiring a designer to begin with. You see, I built up this Etsy shop with very minimal work because I knew the type of designs I needed, and when I hired a designer or I purchased designs, I knew the correct ones to purchase. And if a designer created for me, I knew exactly how it should be made. See, if you're new to this and you don't have the eye for design just yet and you're still kind of practicing, you will be wasting a lot of money because you will be paying for designs. You will also be paying a designer for the wrong designs. And although this one does not look horrible, this is not going to be a design that customers will purchase. So as you can see right here, this one has a 0% conversion rate, although it does have 5 views. That pricing is a little insane, especially compared to the mock-up that they have, and it looks like they're using a lot of stock mock-ups. It's pretty cool that they're taking advantage of the video because it helps a little bit with the search algorithm and whatnot, but it needs a lot of work. Now with this one right here, very small conversion rate, but it's doing monthly sales of 121. 6 people bought this in the last 24 hours, and we can even analyze this even more. So this is the reason why Everb is important. It's not necessarily just let's go look at the top sellers, but you can see the difference between certain designs as well. So you can actually train yourself to see which designs look better just by actually looking at the metrics of horrible designs and good designs of all products that's within the same niche. So if you don't have this by now, this is Everb. I have a link for this down below as well. As you can see, this one's doing roughly $3,400 per month. Has a nice little mock-up. This is pretty cool right here. They got some nice little branding right here. They could add some additional images. Pretty decent price as well. But that's one of the biggest things when it comes to print on demand. You can't really just mock up a design and put it together. And I know there are websites with nice little templates that you can pretty much add everything together, but you got to use the right templates. You got to combine the right design. You even got to use the right font. So if you're not naturally a designer, 2 big things that you can look into that really helps you with design, especially when it comes to merchandise, is going to be negative spacing as well as typography. Now, let's say you do suck at design. There is another way that you can still be successful, and you don't have to be the best designer in the world. It's going to be slightly more competitive. However, if you really want to put in the work, you can really find an affordable designer to sit there and do this all day, or you can sit here and do it all day yourself as well. So this will be text-based designs. These types of designs do still sell. So whenever you find a layout that works out for you, that's whenever you can sit there and focus on different types of phrases that actually work. So instead of you doing doing the product research, for example, I'm using Everb still, so I can actually see the sales of the products. I can see if it's actually working. For example, this one has done $929 per month, which is not bad if you're just starting off. And this is really going to help boost your confidence, especially if, like, you know, it's a text-based design and you just kind of want to get some reps in the game, right? But this is something that still works. See this type of layout? This doesn't necessarily mean you got to knock it off and use the same phrase. You can use the same text, think of your own phrase, something just as funny, and use that same layout and same text. But once you find out that works, double down, triple down, quadruple down on that text style. So same thing as this one right here. Let's go ahead and click on a little beat so we can see what's going on here. $209 per month. Not the greatest, but once again, it works. $900 a month is better than $0 per month. And if you're just starting off, it's a really, really, really good boost of confidence to know that you're getting something. So here's another example right here. This one just says always code. But once again, with Everb, so, you know, I'm clicking on it one by one. There's a quicker way to do it. On the left side right here, all you have to do is click on product analytics, and then boom, gonna do this right here. Now I'm just only gonna look kind of for the text-based ones. So that was kind of the best one that we found. So also that one as well. There's the Diet Coke one. You can probably steer away from that one because of copyright. I'm at the light, so here's one right here. So it's not horrible monthly wise, but total sales 170, so it was working at one point in time. Probably going into Christmas, it's probably gonna work very nice as well. So even with Christmas coming along, this is really gonna help you with your confidence as well. You still get sales here and there, and that's just gonna let you know what, you do got what it takes. So here's another one right here. You see this text layout right here. This is just really simple, just type it out. Although it says 16, it's a bestseller, 20 plus in cart, which is pretty crazy. So I'm gonna click analyze listing. $720 per month. So, you know, not that bad. Imagine if you're a sorry designer and you got 4 sweatshirts up. We all had 4 different sweatshirts, all $700, all doing roughly $700 a month. What's 7 times 4? 28, so $2,800 per month. You know, you went from being a crappy designer to leveraging whatever skill you currently have to making some sales. So look, you can hire a designer to do your work for you. You can use Fiverr to purchase a few designs, but the thing is, it has to be the right design. Like this to the average person might look okay, but to a customer, this is not necessarily something that they're probably going to want to purchase. So design wise, you just want to get a little bit higher than kind of Walmart level designs. This is very Walmart. This is something I would see in the store. So that's the customer shopping experience when it comes to Etsy. It has to look like a design that they will only be able to purchase right there on that platform. And with a person like this saying $15 for one t-shirt design, you can tell they can probably do a whole lot more than that for a more affordable price. So with a person like this, you can probably even reach out and say, hey, can I do a package for X amount of shirts for X amount of dollars? And there's going to be a handful of them that tells you yes. But the thing is, although this is what they showcase as their portfolio for their design work, you need to show them the type of designs you need. Even if it's the text-based one, if they can replicate the original one, not for you to use and resell, but for you to see that they can actually create these types of designs, then it'll be easier for you to hire them out so that they can create similar designs with different phrases and whatnot going forward. Then it becomes a whole lot easier for you to scale up on a beginner level. So you do have to remember, Etsy is a marketplace. There's already customers coming here to shop. There's already data for you to know what they're looking for. That's why you have to use something like Everb so that you know the data of which products are actually working. Then you know which products that customers are actually searching for. And from there, you can't steer away too far from the things that are working. So there are times when you come up with ideas and it works really, really well. But for the most part, what you're gonna have to tell yourself, what you think is cool is not going to be something that the whole world thinks is cool. So you do have to get out of your own way. Unless you're just one of those individuals who's just super creative, anything you come up with is a gold mine and it just works. But unfortunately, I'm not that person. So that's why whenever you create products, basing it off of data that already exists is gonna be the most powerful thing that you can do. And I will tell you this, once you understand it, once you really master it, it is very sustainable. I've been doing this since 2014. A lot of it has not really changed at all. The foundation of everything is still practically the same. The only thing that really changes is certain minor trends, and it's really something that you can keep up with without a problem. Honestly, this is the most simple version of me explaining Etsy because I don't want to overcomplicate it, because it shouldn't really be that complicated whenever you first start off. Because when you start to work harder and harder, it doesn't necessarily work out because you might be going harder and harder in the wrong directions, and you can really easily get overwhelmed and just want to give up. It's easier to give up and blame it on the platform that you're not getting sales than it is to put in the reps and actually do the work and practice until you get better and better until you get more and more sales. So don't be that person. Don't give up. If this video helped you out, go ahead and comment down below, like the video, and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.